and just start to notice your breath. So our breath is our most wonderful teacher around this idea of a parigraha, of letting go. Each time we inhale, we're bringing in this present moment, brand new, fresh oxygen. Our body knows exactly what to do with this new oxygen, sends it to all of our cells, organs, tissues. And the very next thing that happens is our body knows how to let go. Our body is really good at not being attached to that old thing, in this case, carbon dioxide. So just take a moment to notice how breath invites us into the now and helps us just gracefully step forward from the present, from the past. Inhale now, and exhale what's behind you, what is complete and finished. We're going to turn our palms up on our lap, and we're going to start to incorporate breath and body. So on the inhale, our palms open. And on the exhale, our hands squeeze into a soft little fist. Just let this gesture symbolize opening to now. Just kind of squeezing out, wringing out just that last breath. Kind of like we're outside right now and we're cleaning up the garden, right? We're getting ready to winterize patios. In these moments, the sun is shining, it's glorious. We're open to this moment. And we're just gracefully releasing, putting away the past. Relax your hands and let's bring the gesture or the movement into the elbows. So on the inhale, our fingers touch our shoulders. On the exhale, we bring our fingers to the floor beside us, and it's just like this gesture of setting it down. Inhale this moment, and then exhale, we're just setting something down. Moving with a softness, it just helps us be aware of these elbow joints. And then let the fingers rest on the floor or your lap, either way. On the next inhale, shrug your shoulders, squeeze almost like it feels like you're getting a little trapezius massage. And on the exhale, super slow motion, melt your shoulders down. We'll do that a few times. Inhale, squeeze, and exhale, lower. And we'll add a few more motions to that, a little bigger movement. So now the shoulders circle up, back, and then down with the exhale. And the arms just go along for the ride. So how does this relate to our time on the mat? Let's make the shoulders circles a little bigger, maybe with bent elbows, maybe with straight arms. So I find that we come to our mat and we've got this intention, this reason for being here. And we're with our breath and we're feeling our bodies. And then we get into these postures where we get really goal oriented and we forget about the intention of being present and releasing the past. We want our practice to be better today than it was yesterday, right? We want to achieve something. Let's open the arms wide, palms up, thumbs back, and we're just going to press back with the inhale. And then come forward with the exhale. Feel those shoulder blades rounding a bit and opening. Inhale to open. Exhale, slightly round chin to chest. Now we're feeling the upper back and the chest start to wake up and move into this space. Let's take a hold of our elbows now. Pull the elbows forward, round the back a little bit more. So you're feeling now that stretch moving to middle back. Let's inhale, lift the arms, lift the chin. Maybe your arms touch your forehead, maybe they're over your head. Exhale, round, tuck the elbows toward your low belly. And now move with breath. Let's come up and peel the hands open, reaching toward the ceiling, and then dropping one hand, reaching up and over. Just circle the wrists. Reach for the place where the wall meets the ceiling, side body long, and then switch. Good. Coming back to center, bring your hands to your ribs, and we're just going to rotate side to side, just feeling those oblique muscles, like you are a washing machine in the slow rinse cycle. I guess this would be the agitate cycle. All right, so we're twisting to the right side. Set one hand down, opposite hand behind. Turn to look over your back shoulder. Breathe in now. Breathe out, past. Your breath knows exactly what to do, no effort needed. Your body brings to it exactly what it needs in this moment. It lets go of what was once helpful and is no longer. Come back to center, find that rib cage, turn the rib cage to the left, settle the hands. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said to Arjuna, "Let your concern be with the action alone and never with the fruits of the action. Do not let the results of your action be your motive, and do not be attached to inaction." Let's come back to center, hands on the thighs. A little more vigorous now, seated cat and cow. So can we be in this moment, posture by posture, breath by breath? Inhale now, exhale past. Take this action around to a tabletop. And as we're moving through cat and cow, I invite you to start to be aware of your hands. In many of these postures, our hands become our feet, our foundation. So spread your fingers wide, make kind of starfish with your hands as you move through cat and cow. See if you can create kind of an L shape with your thumb and your forefinger. And then put a little bit more weight into the knuckles, the place where your fingers meet your palm, and lighten up the wrist. Let's widen our knees, stretch back, slide those hands forward. They stay wide and firm as we come into child's pose. Drop one shoulder, drop the other shoulder. Let your hips swivel a little bit side to side like you're in a hammock. Just finding some of the spaces that need a breath or that need to release something. Rising again to tabletop, let's sweep the right arm up for thread the needle, circle the wrist, and scoop that arm underneath. Reach the opposite arm up into an L shape. And you're just going to breathe here into this shoulder, this lat, this armpit. Back of the body stretching. I showed this stretch to my dental hygienist the other day, and she said she does this every day now. She goes to the back room between patients and she does this stretch because it feels so good to her shoulders. Come back to center, switch sides, lift, and come over. Make that L shape with your arms. Breathe into your shoulder blade, upper back. And then bring your hands to your shoulders one more time. Knees come close together. Rise up to stand on your shins. If you need some padding under your knees, go ahead and take that here. We're going to do a gentle flow here. So hands on the glutes. Inhale to press your hips forward, pull your shoulders back. Exhale to round down into a child's pose with arms at your sides. Come back up. Inhale, press, open. And exhale to softly bow. Moving breath and motion now into the hips, the legs, the knees. If this bothers your knees, just go as low as you can without any pain. Breathing in now. Breathing out past. And coming up to hold a gentle camel. So hands just gently resting on the hips, shoulders pulling back. Deep breath into the front of your whole body. And then gently releasing this. Let's bring our hands back to the ground. And again, intentional about the way we press our hands into the earth. So as we push down into the mat, open up the shoulder blades. Feel that stretch between the shoulder blades. Keep that. Tuck the toes and lift into downward facing dog. So by trying to keep the shoulder blades more apart or broad, it might feel like you're pulling your armpits inward or maybe toward the mat. Let's pedal the heels. Steady breath, breathing in now. And slowly walking the feet up toward the hands, finding solid foundation, mountain feet, ragdoll, fingers touch elbows, perhaps a gentle sway from side to side. The longest, slowest exhale. And then pressing hands to shins, lengthen through the spine, bend the knees. Let's slowly rise up, extended mountain. Cactus the arms on the exhale. Bring your hands to heart and sink into chair. So let's see if we can make that movement fluid. Rise up. Cactus the arms. Sink into chair. So the arms are just almost like seaweed. Flowing with breath. Inhale now. Let that exhale that carbon dioxide past. It was helpful breath at one time, it's no longer needed. That ratty old sweater, those Uggs that are torn. Take last season out, come into this season. One more deep breath in, and then just hold that cactus arms back then for a couple of breaths. And hands come to heart center. We're going to take a variation of sun salutations today. We're going to use a lunge instead of half lift. So a little more attention to hips. Let's reach the arms high, find a little back bend. Cactus your arms on the exhale. Inhale, lift, and exhale, forward fold. Stepping the left foot back, find low lunge. Exhale, drop the knee to the ground. Inhale, come up to kneeling lunge. And exhale, hands inside the right foot. We'll bring the knee back, square ourselves out for plank. Open up the shoulder blades. Exhale, lower gently all the way to the floor, belly first, then chest. Roll the shoulders up, cobra. And then press back, child's pose. Pause here for a breath or two or three, swaying or holding. Hands are deliberately strong. And then let's come up through tabletop. Swing the left foot forward. Hands are on the inside of the foot. And then you can bring yourself up here to a kneeling lunge. Fingertips come to the floor. Let's tuck those back toes, lift the knee, and step the back foot into a forward fold. Lifting halfway, rise up, deep breath. Cactus your arms, hands to heart, sink through chair, forward fold. On the inhale, step the right foot back, drop the knee, inhale up. Hands come to the inside of that foot, sweep the leg back and lower down, chaturanga. Melt your thighs to the floor first, chin last. Big roll of the shoulders up to cobra. And down, coming into child's pose. Breathe here. Letting go of the fruits and just being in the moment of the practice. Inhale now. We'll come up to tabletop. We'll swing that right leg forward. Using our thigh if we wish. Come up, high arms, kneeling lunge. And then the hands come to the floor. Tuck the back toes, the knee lifts. And into forward fold. Pause. Feel yourself exhale here. Hands press to shins. Slowly rise up. Let's cactus those arms one more time and bring the hands to heart center. Good. So from here, everybody come down into chair pose. You do a little twisting, a little detox, autumn detox. So we're going to take a nice deep seat. Hands are in front of the sternum. We're twisting to the right, settling the elbow, left elbow to right knee. And we'll press that top hand into the bottom hand. Breathe here and just see if you can feel your spine lengthening. The exhale is squeezing something out. Inhale now. Exhale, squeeze something out. So as we're twisting to the right, I invite you to pick up your left toes. And a couple of options here. You can just slide your toes backward, or if you would like to play with balance, extend your left foot backwards. And eventually we're in a twisting lunge, so you can just kind of take your time getting there, pressing into this twisting lunge. Letting go of the results and just being in the practice. And then we'll release the hands down. Let's drop that knee again and shift forward and back. Juice a little bit into our thighs, our hips. Inhale now. Exhale, pass. That's a parigraha, letting go. All those words associated with a parigraha, like hoarding and greedy, right? Clingy. No one wants to be that. Let's come up onto this left leg again, and we'll bring our arms behind. So imagine a beach ball. How far can you reach your hands toward each other without bending your elbows? So notice that we have to bend our elbows to grab hands. How close together and how far away from torso can we get the arms? So there's a lot of strength in the upper body, a lot of opening across the chest. And then let's release that. Hands to the mat, tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Moving into twist here, left hand down, right arm up. Option to have a block or to be down on that back knee. You circle your wrist and then create some really big vibrant lines of energy. That bottom hand, wide but also light. And let's release. Placing the fingertips out in front of us, let that back leg lift. Circle the ankle. Bend and straighten the knee. Good. Circle the hip. Both directions. A little hip action. And then step forward, fold. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Exhale here. Let's press to half lift and rise up, extended mountain. Cactus the arms. Beautiful, everyone, hands to heart. Sinking into chair. Here we go, second side. So you want your spine to be nice and long over those legs so that there's just rotation. Going to the left now. So right elbow, left thigh, press and revolve. We inhale now. Exhale, past. So non-attachment, non-clinging, non-grasping, non-hoarding, non-greediness. So as we get ready to go to twisting lunge, we're picking up our right heel. And again, you can just drag those toes back, or if you're interested in playing with balance, keep your spine long. The eventual stopping place is twisting lunge. Breathe here. You can drop that back knee if that's better. Inhale now. Exhale, pass. Bring it out. Oh. As we unwind and our hands come to the mat, let's drop our knee. And we'll shift forward and back. That should feel really nice now to just start finding those hamstrings. It is not the destination, it is the journey. Not concerned with the outcome. Concerned with what we're doing right now, right here. And as we come into low lunge, let's lift our torso up, reach the arms behind toward each other. So how close can you get your hands without bending your elbows? How far back the arms? Let breath travel forward, downward. Breathing in now. The exhale is the pass. There's a new moment. And there it goes. Releasing hands to the floor for a twist. So right hand on the floor or block, left knee or toes, your choice. Circle the left arm up. You can open and close. And then just create some nice lines of energy. What this body is doing today is enough. Just right this moment. Breathe in now. Releasing the hand to the ground, walking fingertips forward. Let's lift the back leg and circle the ankle. Bend and straighten the knee. And circle your hip. And then let's place the feet side by side. Lift halfway and rise up. Come all the way up. Let's cactus those arms. And place hands right in front of the heart. Pause here to feel your footprints on the earth. To feel the length of your body lifting through the crown of the head. And all that exists here in this center, in this present moment. Breathe in now. Keeping our right foot forward, let's step the left foot back. Come into what feels like a good, stable, comfortable warrior pose. Let's inhale the arms up, warrior one. The warrior one is the pose of just preparing, right? Stepping onto the battlefield. Breathe in now. Feel yourself standing in your own footprints. Fingers spread wide, reaching, but very present. On the exhale, reach arms behind, and once again, how far can you come towards each other so you really feel that space across collarbones? Can you keep that while you interlace and then go back to straight arms? Awesome. Heel toe your front foot out just a little bit toward the right, and then we'll hinge from the hips coming into humble warrior. Head down, knuckles high. Deep, slow breaths. Just getting blood flow to the brain. Oxygen into the spaces that need something new. Exhale the pass. Slowly rising back up to warrior one. Maybe fingers tingling. Lift tall. Open the arms out, palms up. And then we're just going to rotate. It might not be the biggest twist you've ever done because our back foot is planted. But once you feel resistance, just wrap your back arm behind your back. Front arm can rest on a hip or a thigh. Turn to look over your shoulder. Find a twist here. And we slowly rise up, deep breath in. Cactus the arms. Bring hands to heart center, return, mountain pose. Check in. And when you're ready, the right foot goes back, taking a moderate warrior stance. Arms lift. The warrior Arjuna, preparing for battle. Planting feet. Maybe the battle is to stay present. Maybe that's the battle. So we just breathe in now. Breathe out that last breath. Arms come back, reach back as far as you can. Try to keep that sensation while you bend your elbows and then go back to straight arms. On the exhale, widen out the left foot a bit. Tip down into humble warrior. Dedicated to this moment, this pose, this breath, unattached to outcome. Just letting breath come in moment by moment, clearing space. Trust, right? Trusting the process of now. And then let's release those hands and just slowly lift up again. Warrior one. Wiggle out your fingers. So beautiful, everyone. Arms out to the sides, palms up, and then just take a slow twist to your left. Once you find resistance, we don't need to force that. Arm behind, hand down, look over your shoulder. Twisting warrior. Easy effort. Awesome, everyone. Beautiful. Let's take a deep breath in. Arms reach tall. On the exhale, hands to the mat. Drop your back knee and come back to tabletop. Find those strong hands. Open up between the shoulder blades and let the shoulders sink down. So shoulder push-ups. Really exaggerate the sound and the feel of your breath. Keep your hands strong, tuck the toes, come to plank pose. Same thing. Shoulder push-ups, working on stability and strength here. Shifting back, downward facing dog. Hands are so strong, so wide. We're pressing into the front of the palm. The wrist should feel free. Not completely lifted, but just lighter in the front of the hand. On an inhale, we're raising the right leg up to the sky, bending our knee, open up through the hips, circle the ankle. And on our exhale, Pigeon pose is coming. Right knee to right wrist. If you want to use a prop, you can take a block underneath your front hip or just maybe off to the side a bit. We want to keep our hip bones squared forward. And test the waters and see how it feels to be on elbows or supporting your head. The quintessential pose of letting go. And letting go doesn't always mean easy. So intentional surrender. Notice if your back toes are tense, if your hands are tense, or your face. Maybe open and close your mouth to release your jaw. If you can find a little bit more room in your shoulders and upper back. Breathing in now. Breathing out past. As you pause here, you might start to notice your hip. We're here long enough, you can actually feel that knot unravel. Just with patience, the knot gets a little looser. Let's raise back up if we've come down, and let's take those strong hands once again to the earth. So pressing the earth away, lift the chest, pull the chest forward. It's going to kind of feel like you're in a little bit of an upward facing dog, pressing down into the earth, pulling up through the ribs, so getting a stretch across your left hip flexor. Keeping those strong hands, tuck the back toes, sweep the leg up and shake it out. And then downward facing dog. Notice the difference, right and left. Ooh la la. Let's take the left leg up, bend the knee, open up through the hips, circle your ankle. And then shifting into pigeon, second side. Left knee to left wrist. Supporting your hips if that feels good to you, and lowering down. So a parigraha on the mat. We're in a class setting or on a screen, sometimes it can look like comparing ourselves or bringing in competition with ourselves or with someone else. A parigraha just asks us to observe when we see ourselves like that. And then we stop grasping and we come back to this breath. This breath, this sensation, this knot unraveling. So we begin to come to our mats with an intention of practicing simply for the love of practicing, not so much for the outcomes. We practice for the love of practicing. We practice because we love this breath coming in right now and our ability to be here for it, with it. Start to find ourselves up on those strong hands and then pressing into the earth. Pull the chest forward, feeling a stretch in the belly, the hip flexor. And when you're ready, tuck the back toes, sweep the left leg up and shake it out. Lowering that foot, find downward facing dog, strong hands. Even out the sides, right and left. And then we'll release the knees to the ground. Let's find a seat. I'm going to sit in easy cross-legged seat. If you'd like, you can be on a block or a cushion. And we're just going to pause here again to breathe. Inhale now, exhale pass. Take a moment to feel the body settling after all that movement. Back to where we started, but maybe different. Take one ear to one shoulder. If you like, weight the head with your hand. Give your neck a little side stretch. And walk your fingers to the floor. Drop the shoulder. Release all the tension from the neck working so hard to hold up this heavy bowling ball. And you can use your hand to bring the head back to neutral. And we'll switch. Opposite side, you can weight your head, you can walk your fingers out. Direct breath through the side of the neck. I'll give yourself some love here. And the hand gently turns the head back to neutral. Pause to relax your shoulders. Let's lower down onto our backs. We'll hug our knees into our chest. Give yourself a well-deserved hug. Feel like you're stirring a pot with two different ladles. Move your knees, your legs in different directions from each other. Little massage of the earth. And then we'll place our feet on the floor. Let's come up into bridge, and you're welcome to use support under your hips for supported bridge. Either way, the hips are a little higher than the heart is a little higher than the head. Let's exaggerate breath here. Inhale now and fill up your belly. Exhale, release. You can stay like this. If you have support, it might feel good to extend legs. Find a stretch again across the hip flexors, gentle, easy. Exaggerate the filling up, the emptying out. Breathing in now. Breathing out the past. Draw the knees in, and we'll take the legs up in the air. So either a block under you or some fists, something to elevate your tailbone just a little. Waterfall. You've been on your feet a lot, or you have an ankle injury, this is going to feel good to just reverse the circulation, inflammation, maybe a little gentle movement. Exaggerate your breath. And then we're coming into any version of rest that works for your body today, Shavasana. You're welcome to keep a pillow under your head or under your knees as you lay on your back. If you're a little chilly, throw a blanket over you. Find rest. As you come into rest, if you find your mind wandering, you might use the mantra, inhale now, exhale pass. And if that brings up images and stories, try inhale now, exhale now. Let the inhale be slow and natural and easy, not forced. And the exhale like a tiny little pinhole in a tire. So slowly letting breath go. As you continue lying on your back, resting here, let your palms turn up, and on the inhale, very softly open your hands to receive now. As you exhale, very softly close your fists, releasing what has served you well. And then we open our hands again, receptive, this and now. We exhale to just wring out or squeeze out what is gone, what is finished. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in something new and release. Start to wiggle your toes. You might even bring your hands together in front of your chest, your soles of your feet together. Kind of bring sensation to the palms. And when you're ready, just gently press yourself back up to a seat. Let's take a last breath together. Everybody inhale, open your arms wide to now, to here, to this. On the exhale, hands come to heart center, just bowing in humility and gratitude for that which has served us well as we send it on its way. Inhale, open to now. Exhale in humility and gratitude for that which has served us, taught us, and we send it on its way. One more time, open to now. Sending the past on its way. Thank you so much for making time for yourself, for the practice of an autumn release. I hope you have a glorious, lovely day, friends. Namaste.
Hi, my friend. Thanks for taking time for yourself today.
If you ever want to practice with me live over Zoom, jump over to my website, denisestruce.as.me, grab a class. They're all free or by donation, or just continue enjoying these videos here.